stockholder or stakeholder, whatever you call them. It's like pulling teeth. And the chief of police and I are working together, and so we're gonna kick off our first one August the 26th from 6 to 8. And we're only gonna have a couple of spaces. You'll start seeing information coming out about it. But the chief of police is gonna open up the lobby of the police station, and he's an artist, and he's gonna be giving away artwork that he's done, signed. One of his police officers is a singer, and he's gonna be out there on the front porch singing in Spanish and in English. And then the Cup on the Hill group, I got a black spoken word artist from Kansas City, Missouri, that they've agreed to allow. She won our contest last year when we did the Harlem Book Fair. And she's gonna have the show that night from 6 to 8 to present herself and let people know she's alive. And Harlem Book Fair is gonna send her a $100 award for her winning last year's stuff. We're gonna present it to her that night. Now, those are the two things we're doing now. Now there may be other things that we add in. I got a prayer group. The chief wanted to make sure we had a table if somebody wanted prayer. They could stop by and have prayer. But hopefully we'll have a spread. We'll have a spread up and down Minnesota, but we're only gonna do that one block to begin with, so I'm making you aware of it.
Did you have the churches involved?
Oh, no, baby, they don't talk to me. They dismiss me. They said because I know.
What is the purpose of this?
The purpose of that is because I personally believe that I'm not into the meetings and the forums and sitting around talking. I think what people in Wyandotte County need to.
What is the purpose of what you?
I'm just saying the purpose, because I think people need to see us engaged.
Engaged on what?
Just engage with each other. Just engage with each other. Relaxing evening for a couple of hours with some things going on that people are being able to, we need that. Our kids don't have any place to go, they don't have anything to do. We want to be able to do some things where folks who look like them are able, they can come and see them doing some things that are worthwhile. And I don't know how far to go, just whatever people decide to put in there. You know, if they want to create something, we need something for our folks to do that is what you would call decent. We can ready to leave right now and go see a young lady, a Latino lady that has an art shop she put in up here on 9th in Minnesota. She has children's art that she's selling out of there. We want to promote those kind of places so folks can know there's some decent things going on in Wyandotte County too. So that's basically it. Just as fine. Jerry Vest is gonna come up and make some.
I thought that was part of the downtown shareholders' goal.
Yeah, it probably is. It probably is. It probably is. But I'm telling you, they stuck on. I won't use the word stupid. Thank you, ma'am. You got me. That's where they are. They don't have that kind of drive. I'm coming in as president of the NAACP, saying we need this. We need this. Our people need this. Okay, we need this. We need to be seen. Our children need to see people of color doing things for Minnesota, because right now, you know, there's not. We had in that day.
Why Minnesota? Why not on Fundera?
Well, eventually maybe we could, Chester, but I mean, I really is focusing around the police station. I don't have any problem with it down on Quindaro, and I don't have any problem with Argentine.
I just use Quindaro.
No, we've talked about that. I don't have any problem with Quindaro. I don't have any problem with Argentine either, because that's another area that deserves this kind of stuff. So we have, but I don't want to, I'm not playing it for everybody. I'm just, okay, y'all, here's something we can do, show you how we did it. If you want to do it, come on. But I'm not, I don't want to be the chief planner of events in Wyandotte County. That's not my job.
What is this going to be called again?
He got a name for it. We thinking in terms of, I've been saying unity in the community, but he got some other kind of name that he's using.
Well, I want to know, are you going to advertise this?
Yeah, he's working on that right now.
Who's he?
Chuck. I had to give him something to do.
Oh, downtown share. Oh.
Yeah, I had to give him something to do. Trying to find this and trying to see if we can find some money.
Okay, so sponsored by
downtown share.
It's sponsored by the NAACP, El Centro, the Kansas City Police Department, and then the downtown shareholders, whatever they call it. Okay. Yeah. Right now, there ain't nobody involved but the president of the NAACP, and El Centro's sliding in there, but we'll see where we go from there.
when is it?
26th.
The
We're gonna do it the
26th
6 to 8.
26th of August.
Yeah, 26 to 8. And then we're gonna try to do it every month on the 4th Friday of every month.
So are you
same
gonna
time.
announce this at the Liverpool?
Yeah, I think we will, even this month, cause it's, yeah, we got the meeting on the, no, yeah, the 25th is your meeting, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'll make it, I'll make that.
Well,
announcement.
What part of Minnesota is this
Oh,
going?
wait.
Seventh in Minnesota, the 7th to 8th in Minnesota. I mean, I got an uphill fight. I think you can't get the streets blocked. I like to have the streets blocked.
Yeah, that's.
Okay.
Why they won't let you go?
Because you gotta go through a big rigmarole now with this new ATA and Dennis Hayes is over there and all that.
Well,
And
they
you
block
need,
our streets whenever they want.
I know it, but it's like a 2-month process to
Well,
be
I'm
able to
just-
get them done. And then you got, you can't even, I can't even put tables on the street for people to show their goods. Because they got some policy where you can't do,
It's different strokes for
but you
different.
can do it, but they got a big, long process for you to go through to make it happen. So I'm going, hey, I'm writing a letter tomorrow to the mayor, y'all gotta break that stuff down, we can't have that. Hang in here with us, gang.
Well, I will mention this at the board meeting.
Okay.
So we mention it at
Oh, I know what that, yeah, one thing, the teacher was bringing it up. We're gonna have a training session for this diesel stuff. And so what we wanted to do, what we've been doing with the group that we make announcement is get someone who will represent your group to be at that training session so you can keep your group informed. So if y'all have someone who'd be wanting to be a part of that, we appreciate having a name.
Okay, well, when is the training session gonna be?
They in the process of working them out now between EPA, they involved in the whole bit. So we'll have more information on it as we go. We just making sure we get somebody.
Send me an email.
Okay, got you. All righty, thank you, gang.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
For
Need a Saturday?
Because you, they put up one agenda there.
Irene, today, I told you, after 12, she's gonna be there. I know. I'll talk to you.
It's the money.
That's why it's going ahead, you don't care what you say.
That's right.
Yeah, send me the pictures, because I wanna look at it. Let me know what you You try, brother. Yeah, I need your help right now. Okay, gang, take care.
Okay, have a good evening.
Thank you.
Okay, we move on to our correspondence. Do we have any?
I don't know, this is an email, that I've got came from Casey Healthy Kids. I guess they may be contacting somebody else and they want to, I think they're trying to get a letter of support for something of, something kids, you know, okay, well, I just left it at home and they're trying to get input from different neighborhood groups, but just my opinion, it's a joke, and they want, there's some people sign a personal letter, an organization. I would never sign anything to that crap.
They called me, we talked about that.
It's, it's back to the same thing we're talking about now. You know, things they want you to involve in the community, which don't mean us, other than get your name on someplace. Okay, so that is something, you know, I know personally, I would even sign a petition to get what they had going around for the minister to have a grocery store in the northeast area, because I knew that was a big joke from the beginning. And now, you know, they're not sure whether or not they're gonna put it up in Minnesota, and they want you to sign it, that'll support all this other kind of crap. So, if anybody's interested
Not
in
any-
letting me know, that's me not, you know, let me just make one other comment, that, well, we may even get new business.
Okay, well, we go right on to the new business.
Got expenses?
Expenses, okay. I did skip on it. I have a receipt for a sign that I had made for the garden. It's a 24-hour surveillance sign. We did have problems with the garden last year, and I thought we had a problem this year because I went over there one day and the fence at the back was all jacked up. And, of course, I fixed that and I went and purchased some signs. And I also put up a camera.
You wanna keep the movie works?
Well, actually, the camera don't work. But I put something up there with it so they could see that it was a camera. They don't know whether it works or not.
Well, that's true.
And the signs, actually I got two signs that came to $25.10.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All against? All right, motion carried, dispenses approved.
Let me just make a comment about the signs that Cliff put up. As y'all know, what the problem we had was the Caucasian lady lived right across the street, who went in last year, and near the end of the year, I think Hall talked to her, and I saw her going back one day, and I told my kid that I put out my shoes something. But anyway, when we put the sign, she came across the street and said, why are you putting them signs up there? I said, because we got people breaking our government. Why are you talking to me like that? I said, because you won with the problem with last year. And she's staying with this black guy she's staying with this year. And the next day when I was walking Joe, she came over and apologized. And she said, I promised you that I would never, ever, you would never have a problem with the garden. Plus, I'll make sure that all the trash, and I noticed in front of the garden, a couple of days, the trash had been picked up. She said, I'll pick up the garden and pick up the trash, and I do apologize. You know, so.
Yeah, we also put some no trespassing signs, one in Spanish and one in English. And the garden has been, since we're on the subject, the garden has been coming along real good. We're having a bumper crop of tomatoes, and we have some here that we want y'all to take with you, along with some corn.
That fertilizer you put in there.
So, that's what you asked about, she said, saw one of those tomatoes, she said,
We have an abundance of tomatoes, but here's a question I have, and you almost have to go out to pick them off every other day. There's going to be an abundance. How do we distribute them? Because I mean, I pull some of them off and pull a lot of them off, and you don't know some of the problem I have. I don't know where my day is going to go each day. How can we distribute them? How can we distribute? I don't mind pulling them off, but what's the best day? We just need a method of distribution. That's the same problem we had last year.
Yeah, because if we wait once a month to distribute them, you know, because the way they come in, you know, they'll just stack up, you know, because, so, you have any suggestions?
Anybody got any suggestions?
The lady, they brought her little kids.
Where do you want to distribute them at?
Well, I mean, who do we want to distribute them to? That's the question. Who do we want to give them to, and how do we get them to it, you know? That's the problem.
I can take some to the mill site. Down there,
People,
to
where they go
people,
to
they every 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And take some down there, I'll take some out there.
And the neighborhood, I mean, the neighborhoods has access to the first, you know, part of it, but it's gonna be gangs of, that's okay, that's the site.
That's a good idea.
It's just, you don't have any problem with
I
worms?
think they got one.
Yeah, we've got every, yeah,
Do you have worm problem? How do you, what do you?
not major. No.
How do you treat
Yeah,
your worm
worms, that's
problem?
what.
Well,
We don't treat it, we don't have, really don't have, I would say, don't have a worm problem.
yeah, actually, what I've seen is very, very few worms, very, very.
We just had that done, that was some good.
I haven't seen any
some
worms
good
at all.
done.
But what do we do with them? There's a whole gang of tomatoes, and the reason why you see so many bags is that once you put them in the bags, you don't put too many in there because it'll crush them.
Yeah, right.
And, so when we pull them off, now I've been, the people who live right next to Roswell, you know, they're not big tomato eaters, but you know, they have access to tomatoes, to corn. That's basically all we're gonna have is tomatoes, the corn, we've got some corn, but not a whole lot.
What do you plan to put out there in the fall? I saw something there about. the fall.
Whatever you're gonna help me with.
Oh, I offered to help you a couple of times.
No, you have, Tom has, no, you've got collard greens, probably collard greens and mustard greens.
That'll keep you young.
That's, it's easy. It's
I need that.
It's easy to do. It's easy to do, the mustard green and collard greens.
No, I don't mind helping you, I've got horrible health issues myself, but, a pacemaker and all that stuff myself, but I don't mind getting out there helping. I need to get out there and do some stuff like that,
Oh, well,
And I've offered you before.
well, while we're on it, Clifford, tell her what you got in store for him.
I'm afraid to listen.
Well, I understand that, I think Chester said that you wanted to ride the riding mower.
Well, I said I could help you with that.
Yeah.
Help you cut that grass over. But now I listen to the man about the diesel thing, so I'm gonna have to do it in the evening.
Well, the evening is not the best time. The best time to do it, the best time to do it is early in the morning, when it starts to cool.
Yeah.
Cause like right now, it's 100 degrees outside.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do it now.
Oh, boy.
6, 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock, something like that, you know what I mean? Go out for about an hour and then, cut it off. But might be a problem with that. I have to show you how to operate it. And
Pretty complicated.
it's not complicated, but you have
Unlike
to be
most
careful
riders.
with what you're doing.
Okay.
You put it in gear, let off the brakes and it's gonna go.
Right.
But,
Most vehicles.
so what really operates it is the brake pedal.
Yeah.
So you gotta know,
I'm familiar with it.
you know,
Yeah.
but
We'll work out
it's a
something.
low gear that